Hi guys, it's Bretta here from runforfoot.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of plantar proprioceptive feedback in the process of learning to run forefoot properly. So proprioceptive feedback is also referred to as sensory input or tactile stimulation in the feet, and it actually forms a basis for motor learning when it comes to learning forefoot running. Now, one of my biggest mistakes when learning forefoot running was not going barefoot firstly. Instead, I went from running in my thick cushion-heeled running shoes to my Vibram 5 Fingers, which are great for building foot and ankle strength, but a forefoot running learner needs to go barefoot to learn the proper forefoot strike landing, because you are not going to be able to figure out how to land properly if you can't feel the ground. You have to remember there is a filter between your feet and the ground when you wear any type of footwear. And to land safely and correctly on your forefoot, sensory feedback is what your body wants. And that's why proprioception is so important. Proprioception in the feet is also referred to as plantar proprioception. It fine-tunes biomechanical parameters such as promoting a forefoot strike landing versus a heel strike landing during barefoot running. And basically using proprioception of the feet to better your biomechanics is achieved only by barefoot running. So why is proprioceptive feedback needed to run properly? Well, first of all, proprioceptive feedback helps mediate muscle control. So the proprioceptors in the feet contribute to safer landing strategies during running by actually regulating knee flexion at touchdown. So the purpose of knee flexion at touchdown during running, especially barefoot running, is that knee flexion helps absorb impact so the opposite of knee flexion is knee extension, and knee extension means that the knee is completely unbent at touchdown. And when the knee is unbent, it's actually locked in a very unstable position, and because of this position, it's unable to deflect impact away from the leg. Knee flexion is what you want to have when you are running, especially when you're running barefoot. So in order to achieve knee flexion, all you need to do is slightly bend your knees, but when you run barefoot, the proprioceptors are highly active, and this signals the knee to increase knee flexion to help soften the landing at touchdown. So to add to muscle control via knee flexion during barefoot running, proprioception mediates softer landings, and that's just because when the proprioceptors are fully responsive during barefoot running, they help improve detection and responses to external stimuli. So basically, the proprioceptors of the feet during barefoot running are more active versus wearing running shoes. When you're running barefoot, your proprioceptive field is much larger, and because of this, your feet are better able to detect and respond to external stimuli. So this helps you land lightly. The proprioceptors of the feet also play a role with maintaining balance. The nerves in the feet are always communicating to the nerves in the joints of the ankle, the knees, and the hips. And as a result, this is how they help mediate good balance and stability during barefoot running. One of the benefits of running barefoot and optimizing your proprioception is that eventually your forefoot landing and other reflexes will become reflexes. They will become automated. So as a result, your proprioceptors allow you to run with less conscious effort the more you run barefoot. So this is because your reflexes will gradually improve, and the fact that you can run with less conscious effort takes a huge load off of energy demands because you're not putting forth all the effort in consciously controlling your biomechanics when you run. During barefoot running, the proprioceptors optimize your foot strike pattern, so you're more likely to land with a forefoot strike and with less intensity. So maximizing proprioception during barefoot running is key in preventing a lot of forceful landings during running. Another thing that's important about proprioception is that it aids in better avoidance behavior. So again, it improves the body's natural reflexive ability to avoid high impact landings and thus injury during barefoot running. So this is why you never want to block proprioception when learning forefoot running, because doing so, when you block proprioception with cushioned footwear, what happens is it diminishes your natural reflexive responses to respond to mechanical stimuli. And as a result, this may open the door for tons of injuries. So if proprioception is blocked or reduced during forefoot running, especially if you're in the learning stages of forefoot running, movement coordination suffers, but another change is also taking place in that the foot become weaker. Strong proprioceptive input at the feet actually precedes foot strength, meaning that the strength of the foot depends largely on the level of proprioceptive activation. So basically, the stronger the nerves of the feet, the stronger your foot will be as well. So I hope you find this information useful, and just remember that every time you run barefoot, you improve your ability to run safely and naturally, and this is because you are developing a larger proprioceptive field on the bottom of your feet. And running barefoot is the best way to evaluate your forefoot running form because it forces you to depend solely on the feel of your form. So thank you for listening, and for more information, visit runforefoot.com to learn more about forefoot running, barefoot running. And thanks again for listening. Take care. Bye.